What's up? This is Tony Neal, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
That's how it's supposed to feel. When you get on for real. Yeah. Call them my dogs. Now we don't go for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We right back at it, y'all. Off the porch with it with Tony Neal, Milwaukee's finest. What's up with you, bro?
What's happening, man? What's going on with you?
Man, everything's great, bro. Feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. You know, I don't do these, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
I come do it with you, family, though. You know.
Right. No, for sure, man. When I bumped into you at the Akon event down here in Atlanta. And, you know, I came up to you and was like, bruh, like, I'm from the mill, off the porch is,
sure.
You know, what it is for the culture. Like, we need you to come and kick some game.
Hey, man, I'm impressed.
Word, I
I'm
appreciate
impressed.
that.
Especially you being from the crib. I was like, oh, yeah, word, I watch it all the time. So it was like, damn, that's dope. You know, so yeah, I started off with somebody from the crib doing it from the town, me doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So here it is.
Yes, sir. Nah.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of the crib, man, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
For sure.
Can you talk to us about the mill for people that don't know?
Oh man, I mean, it's levels to the mill. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
But nah, it's just how can I describe it? Hustle. Hey, hustle. You know what I'm saying? The mill is you got to be sharp. Yeah. You know that. You got to be sharp at the crib, you know, but it's different. You know, it's just like anything that evolves. It's different when I was coming up versus now, but it's still the same principles. Just got to be sharp at home, man. Yeah. You know, you learn a lot of game at home to take it elsewhere. And sure. So that's really the basis of what I did. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can dig it.
Yeah,
so what part of the mill you from?
East side.
Okay.
East side, for sure.
Okay. Nah, shout out them streets, man.
Shout out to Buffalo. Shout out to my family on Buffalo. So I was born second in Chambers. My family, let's start the East side. Actually, I was an infant in Detroit. Okay. But second in Chambers, Fratney, Buffalo. I was on the East side. We got two East sides. You know, you got the East and you got the East.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The East, where all the colleges and
I was
about
to say, you got UWM East side.
Yeah.
And then
which East side you from? You know what I'm saying? So we got two East sides. So I'm from that first one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, for sure. And can you tell us like what types of like things did you have to overcome, like and like things you were seeing like as you were coming up in the mill?
I mean, you know, man, with me, you know, I came up either skating as I was younger, skating. I wasn't DJing yet. I was messing around with it when I was 13, 14 years old, but I really came up in the streets, like gang shit, you know what I'm saying? And those are the things, it's just like any other city. You have to overcome your elements, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everything I tried to do to stay out of the street. Mm-hmm. My father was in the streets. My mom's in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So everything I did, I tried to avoid that, you know, because the cycle, which, you know, sometimes catch up with you, man. It catch up with you. If you in it, and you can't avoid it, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta learn how to balance that shit out. It was either me trying to go to church with my grandmother when I was younger, or trying to go private school when I went to Messmer for my 9th year of school, but it just, you had to balance it out. I was a loner, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? A loner with a bunch of brothers and sisters. I had 16 brothers and sisters. But I was, for the most part, by myself coming up, you know, so that was just watching where my environment was, watching the different shit that I wanted to learn how to do. Mm-hmm. It was really trial and error with me. Yeah. You know, a lot of shit was trial and error. My kids, man, it just not being taught, not how to learn to be. You had to learn, you know. Everything I was doing was just off of intuition. Yeah. Yeah.
When you were coming up, did you have any mentors or you know, any like big brother figures, whether they were literally big brothers or not? Did you have any of those types of people that were like giving you game along the way and kind of helping you to like find your way?
Nah, not really. Like I had acquaintances, but not really. Like I told you, most of the time I was by myself. So if I did something crazy, it was by myself. Yeah. If I succeeded, it was by myself, you know. Not really. I had people in the streets that I looked up to, you know, a lot of people that came up to that but I didn't really have a whole lot of people, you know, that I could go to for advice and nothing like that. So usually it would be me.
Right.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you jumped off the porch?
About being organized.
No,
so
for sure.
we could turn it into something better. That's what I was always on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if jumping off the porch in the streets, if that's what it was, I mean, I was 8, 9 years old, man. I didn't have much of a choice because my pops wasn't around. I didn't get to talk to him and see him anymore. So I was like 9 years old. My grandmother wanted me to go to church, and I did that for a second. When I wasn't with that for real, that wasn't my first thing to think about. Usually people go to church and they come off of it and they go back to church and after they've been through something and all that. That wasn't never my situation. I had higher power for me already. And my mother, she was in this, you know, same situation, you know. So I had to learn and watch and what was wrong and turn it into something right, you know what I'm saying? And that was me.
Word. Do you remember like any of those scenarios, you know, that you may have been in back then, and like even some of the life lessons that you just may have learned from, you know, having to be out there like at such an early age?
The craziest situation, like I told you, being younger, let me see. The craziest life situation for me was being in an organization like GDs, right? And seeing people that were good at doing the good things and helping people and all that. But the bad part got, what's the word I want to use? Enhanced more than what we were trying to do good. And then seeing when my son got killed in 2001, the person that was supposed he had done it was a GD. So it was a young dude that was following the stuff that we were doing, and I was fucked up behind it. But the things that I thought about, I said, damn. I said, well, we putting this out here wrong. You know, to hear that so close to me, you know, I just kind of fell back from it, you know, at that time. And, but that was always my thing, because I didn't have no father around. So those are the things that raised me.
Yeah.
And I just knew how far to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of us in those circumstances where we come from, I mean, we find like that, you know, like shit, these gangs, you know what I'm saying? Like these cliques we with, I mean, that becomes our family.
That was my family.
Yeah.
Still, that's my guy, that's my family. That's still my family. But at that time, that was so strong, that was my family. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everything else I had to learn was, like I told you, through trial and error, through mistakes. Yeah. And knowing not to do this, or watch one of my guys make a mistake and not to do that. Yeah, man, it was a rough time for me right there with that, because what you put out is what you get back. And that changed my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Did that happen in the mill or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I was coming back from Miami, you know, I was coming, because I left and went to Miami young. Coming back, and I found out about it. It happened not too short after the time when I got back home. And by the time I got back to the site where it was at, it was gone. I used to saw with blood coming from behind the garbage can where he was hiding because somebody was shooting at him for being on the corner, trying to do the same shit we was doing when we was younger, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was crazy time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know it's crazy when it, you know, hit close to home, and then we see, you know, like within the industry, you know, we losing, you know, so many rappers.
You know, my losses happened already. I didn't want to get numb to it. I was having so many losses. My brother got killed. My girl was, at the time she wasn't my ex. I gotta say ex now. Passed away in my arms in '97. my son getting killed, man, it was like tragedy and shit like that was just happening all the time. And after a while, I just got numb. So now, like with Dolph, man, that was heavy for me.
Yeah.
Greatness was heavy for me. Like a lot of those cats I was attached to, you know, in the industry and close to personally, you know what I'm saying? And so it just was a rough time, man. Like, so I don't like to be numb to it, but once somebody passed, nothing I could do about it. I was on the phone 2 weeks before that happened with Mo3. I was on the phone with him. I was just on the phone with Dolph 3 days. He was getting ready to stop doing the music shit and just focus on the label and just feature on his artist records. And he told me all this. He wanted, crazy as it may seem, he wanted to sign the Barcades.
Wow.
Because he wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
He said, man, Unc, I know you know about this old school music. I don't know nothing about that shit. Can you help me out? I'll be back from doing this turkey thing and I do it at home all the time. And that was the last conversation I had with him. I was on FaceTime. Right. With his daughter was there, his girl was there, and it was, you know, it just was, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I've been around a lot of situations like that, especially being in Miami, you know, red eyes, and it's just like, damn, you know, being in the mix on the background, like with the core, I never wanted to be in the forefront. I always even when I started the core, I had my name on the bottom of the roster. You know, like Tony Neal from Miami. I didn't even say, I'm take that back. I said Milwaukee. I didn't even want to say Miami. I just didn't want no light on me starting something that's big. I didn't know it was gonna be that big first.
Yeah. But
starting something like that, I didn't want that attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never want the attention. I just want shit to work.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that blue collar mentality, man.
Yeah.
That's what we get from the Midwest. I believe that's like that blue collar kind of mentality. Let my work speak for itself.
Yeah, we just wanted to work, man.
Yeah,
It's not about being seen. Eventually, you'll be seen as a founder.
Yeah.
But I wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it'll be a detriment too. Like we was talking about early. Sometimes being humble is a detriment.
Yeah, nah, real spill.
You know, but yeah, that was it, man.
No,
I made a lot of mistakes doing this core shit because, like I said, I was still 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you take me there, we're gonna go there instead of thinking, man, and using all that energy and putting it into my shit growing. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to talk some more about the Core DJs, but I want to take a step back and even ask you, like, when did you actually start DJing?
Oh, man. Like I said, I was messing around. Well, I would play like I had a radio station in the house when I was younger. If it just, you know, 9, 10 years old, be talking to myself, the tape recorders and shit, making tapes and, you know, shit like that. I bought my first album. And I didn't even have a record player. I bought my first album. It was Jerry Knight, Overnight Sensation. I was 45. Then I bought Roger Troutman, More Bounce to the Ounce, and I bought...
a 45 is a small record for the people that don't know what that is.
45 was a small record. No. Overnight Sensation was GQ. Jerry Knight, Perfect Fit. Howard Johnson, So Fine. And I remember the records and then More Bounce. But when I bought the Roger album, it changed my way of thinking. I was like, shit, you know, I really liked it. Then I was skating too, so I would skate to this shit, you know what I'm saying? And so I would play around, I would hang around at the Palace skating rink back in the day in Milwaukee. I was young, like 13, 14, and I started, you know, it was really like the gang shit had really elevated, the local gangs, not the GDs and shit. That kind of split up when you like 2-4 went to the Blood, Vice Lords, and then the GD, TOS, the BOS went to the GD side. It was before that shit happened. The gangs had elevated from the Palace, from the skating rink. Yeah. So that's where you got 19, 24, 06, all them shits came from. So I knew how that shit was already. Yeah. From my father, my pops, and them, you know. So I wanted to do something, so I started playing around in the DJ booth. Started fucking around with the equipment in the DJ booth. And my boy Alex Watson, he was a DJ. He said, came up there, and I'm digging out the record. I jumped. He was like, all right, I'm gonna show you how to use this shit, but don't fuck up the records. He walked out and left me in there, and it became second nature. And I started to learn how to mix. My first thing was mixing well. You know what I'm saying? I knew the records. You study the records. I was the kind of kid who would take the album out the paper out the album cover and read the credits and want to see who Quincy Jones was, who produced this, whose sound was this. You know what I'm saying? I was that kind of kid. You know, so the DJing, mixing beats and all that stuff, that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When New Jack Swing came out, I knew Teddy started it, but who else was doing it? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Soul to Soul shit came out. I knew that came from Nelly Hooper and all the Soul to Soul DJs. So that same beat, I'm mixing it. I want any record that can sound like that. And it just became, that's how I started. That's how I started. So I just started, one day I had stole my uncle's equipment out the attic, out of CC. He's my grandfather, CC Advantage, right? And I had stole the equipment and kept it for like 2 years. And that's how I learned how to DJ.
Word.
Until my uncle walked in there and took it from me
Yeah.
in the middle of a gig. Like he realized after 2 years his shit was missing and walked in there and took it from me at a gig. But by then I had already was DJing and doing different shit that I didn't have to use no equipment.
Word. Now, was like you being musically inclined just something that was just automatic? Did it just snap like that, or was that something that you had always kind of knew?
Yeah, when I was younger, it was something that I was already on, like, you know, doing music, but I was by myself.
Yeah, because I heard you talking about like the mixing and like counting the beats and stuff
I
like that. And I'm like, you was doing that before you even knew how.
I didn't really know a lot of my family, but until I got older and found out that my grandfather was Jamaican. You know, Jerry Smoking B down here and Steve, they from Milwaukee. They started Hot 107.9. He owns Streets now. Steve owns Streets. All from Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I used to fight that shit because when I was in the street, I didn't, anybody that left, I don't know, it's funny, anybody that left Milwaukee, I think they should have stayed. I had this attitude, man, fuck them niggas, man, they ain't repping the crib, they leaving and shit, somebody gotta be here until I left.
Yeah.
Until I felt it.
Because that's the mentality of a lot of people at the crib now.
Nah,
you
for
know
real,
what I'm saying?
For real, but
like
our city, you gotta understand the ratio of black people in the music and what they allow us to do and what they won't allow us to do is you can be as talented as you can be. You can but your talent can supersede the crib. Like you have to leave. You have so much shit in you to burst out. Whether you like you do journalism and shit like that, you can't get it all in a place that dumbs you down and don't want you to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so when you leave, you don't forget where you're from, but you got to elevate your game. Because it's not enough people to accept your game and at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we get our game from the crib. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
But sometimes it's just you get your ideas outgrow the city. Yeah.
So how did you convert from the streets to having, I guess we're gonna say 2 feet in?
I'm gonna give you an example. In 91, 92, I was DJing at this club downtown. And 2 Live Crew was supposed to be there. And they came, but it wasn't promoted right. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of slow. So Darren D, rest in peace, Darren D, he was DJing. I was carrying his records. I had to carry Darren D's crates and shit. So I started off for him, and I was up there messing around DJing. Yeah. And Luke walked up to the DJ booth. He was like, damn, nigga, the way you DJ, you need to be in Miami. So me, I had the little album cover stacked behind me, sitting up so you could see it. And all I did was look behind me. I saw that one album cover with them girls, them looking up between them girls' legs. I said, yeah, I'm out. You know, I ain't know nothing about Miami.
Word.
I ain't, dog, as a matter of fact, I thought as soon as you hit South Florida, you was in Miami. That's how naive I was to the map. Yeah, I knew about Chicago, I knew about LA, I knew about Atlanta. But, and I knew my family in Jamaica, but I had never been. But, I didn't know nothing about, nigga, I hit Port St. Lucie. I thought I was in Miami. Nigga, that shit was 3 hours away. But I was just happy to be down there. And when I got down, I was on the Greyhound bus, man. And I still wasn't out because I still didn't have no money. So what I did, I just wrapped my legs up, packed my legs up, jumped on the Greyhound, took that 3 hour, it took that 3 hour ride. Yeah. And I was down there just loose, nigga, like, until they started having the dogs and shit at the Greyhound station, but I was.
No luggage, just wrapped your clothes around your body.
No, not my clothes, nigga. Dope. Yeah, I had a little bag, you know what I'm saying? But I had shit no matter what it was, I
Yeah.
was just trying to get it off so I could have some bread.
Yeah.
This shit wasn't working out for me, so I had to keep coming back to Milwaukee and DJ, because I wasn't a drug dealer. I was selling drugs.
Yeah. It was a hustler.
Yeah, it was a hustler. You know, it's the difference between a nigga that is a drug dealer and a nigga that sells drugs.
Right.
I'm just trying to get something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got access to the drugs. I'm just trying to get it, but I'm not I'm naive. I ain't even think about the police. I'm just selling what I got. I don't even look for no police. I don't look for shit, but I knew when I seen the Greyhounds, the dogs at the Greyhound station that was doing some bullshit, but I wasn't worried about no police. I was just freelancing. I was off the top.
Yeah.
I'm going down here, I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna go to Liberty City. I ain't know what the fuck Liberty City was, nigga. Find this chick I started talking to, Milwaukee. About a week or so, I was up there living with her. You know what I'm saying?
AOD.
But yeah, for real. But that's how it happened. And I got down, I walked in Luke's office, and he tripped out that he saw me. Like, what you doing down here? It was like but he don't understand that changed the way I was thinking when somebody from Miami tell me from Milwaukee, hey, you should be down there DJing. And that just shifted my whole way of thinking, man.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
that conversation.
So you just manifested it. It's like, all right, he said that, and you just took that, ran with it.
And I would go down there, get my game, come back to Milwaukee with the game. Hustle, have artists start coming to Milwaukee, go down there, come back. And then I was like, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be down there 6 months, come back home for 3, 2, do the clubs, go back down there for 3 or 4 months, get my own shit, got away from the chick, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just kind of grew it.
Word. Now, in the mill, you was DJing like it was like that was such a classic time when you was like in the clubs.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like when you was in spot like Empire Room. You know what I'm saying? Like
2000s, maybe 2000, 2003, 4. I was there 4 years at the Empire Room.
Yeah, Empire Room, the Matrix. I
Yeah,
remember
all
that
the
used to
Matrix for sure.
Yeah. So like, can you even talk about just like DJing in that Milwaukee club scene and making your name big there, and then even like, well, I mean, I know you're gonna tap into it, but like I know like a lot of the NBA players, a lot of different cats, like they come to the mill and they so shocked that it's such a real city and that our
for sure.
culture is so
Yeah.
real. So can you just kind of like
Man,
touch
listen,
on
he
that?
said that we destroyed an NBA team. I think the city, us, being so real, when Todd Day and Sam
Eric
Cassell,
Murdoch.
man, listen, when Glenn Robinson, all of them
Yeah.
was there, man, they was out with us. Them niggas, they wouldn't get in the shower. They would come straight to the club. Like I think we fucked that team up. I think we the ones that made them split that. Oh, y'all got to go other places, because they would go out. They wasn't even thinking about no basketball, man.
I would see Tim Thomas out and about in different in the industry, and
They
I
was
remember
out.
telling him I was from the mill. He
That's
was
my
like,
dog,
"Man, it's
too.
the
They
realest
was
city."
out with us.
Yeah.
And Tim was out with us. I'll be DJing Tim be right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was a dope time. But yeah, people do trip out. Because most people, when they do come to Milwaukee, they like it. Crazy. We the only ones be sitting around hating on our city. Like most people that I know, man, Milwaukee was the shit, man. Like, we the only ones that hate our city, hate on our city, hate on the people from our city. And that's sad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like when most of the people I know that come to Milwaukee, man, we had a ball in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it might be like that in other cities. I don't get that. Obviously, I don't get that in Miami. Everybody from Miami love Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a thing with the Midwest, man. Sometimes we self-inflicted.
Yeah, nah, for real. Could almost be like our own worst enemy.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So what got you to start the Core DJs? How'd that come about?
I was in an organization called the Technicians.
Okay.
And I had my record pool first, and I started I was in the Technicians, and I don't even want to say the nigga name, but I can say my boy Scrappy, DJ Scrap Dirty, and my boy LP, and Sir Charles Dixon out of New York. They really are the founders of the Technicians. And I got calls. The other nigga I'm talking about, he was just a face. Niggas, they're not even worth mentioning. So, but I got called to be in the Technicians from like 2000, end of 2002 to 2004, you know? And I would give ideas, let's do this, let's do that, let's have our own this, let's have our own that. and it would just kind of fall on deaf ears, you know. So I was with the organization part, not the crew, DJ crew. I wanted to be more of a business organization, you know. And just fast forward, I kind of rebelled, quit. Kevin Black, I don't know if you've heard of Kevin Black.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin Black is the one.
That's my guy, man. Shout out Kevin Black, man. I just said his name.
He asked me, we was in Puerto Rico and the whole shit happened.
Yeah.
With me quitting the Technicians, and he asked me what I was gonna do, and I said, nothing, take my ass back and do my mix shows in Milwaukee and Miami, take my ass, you know. He said, nah. I said, you need to do this yourself. And I'm like, damn, I'm from the crib, they not gonna look at me like that. He said, nah, do it yourself. And I went back to the hotel room. We had the mix show Power Summer where it all happened. And I went back to the hotel room, and about 20 minutes later, that name came to me, Core DJs. I said, Core DJs. I said, shit. And I sat up on the bed, and I was like, what happens in the center, if anything, if the world blew up right now, all you would see with that light in the middle, the core. DJs, music come from DJs. Some DJ, even when the record is viral, some DJ played that record one time.
Right.
So to start, the core, core of the industry, core. The DJ is the core. And I just kept putting that in my mind, kept saying it over and over, sitting on the edge of the bed, man. And that's how I came. I ran downstairs, boom. My boy DJ Finesse was down there. I want to start this thing called the Core DJs. You with it? He had just won, shout out to DJ, that's my president now. I said, I want to start this thing called the Core DJs. You with it? He said, yeah, hell yeah, you with it? I'm with it. He had just won down south DJ for this two years in a row. And first person we put in there was Big Tigga.
Oh, wow.
Because we wanted to get the name out. But I didn't want to start with DJs from New York, Miami, Chicago. No, I wanted to start with BNC market. Kind of like a slow grind, like, but we build out these 300-400 DJs from these different markets. You don't know where the fuck that shit came from. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we started doing it. And Tigga would get on Rap City every week. Yo, what's up, Big Tigga doing big things? Core DJs in the building. Now everybody like, what the hell is a Core DJ? That's how it started. Right from him saying that over and over again on TV for about a year.
Wow, wow. You know, it's crazy, you know, how a lot of our situations, a lot of our businesses and accomplishments that we get, it all come from just being forced in that situation, you know, being put in a situation where you gotta make something happen. And
man, I think anybody, especially us black people, man, anything we're involved with, we gotta make something happen out of that. Don't get nothing that you can't make something happen for yourself, man.
Yeah.
I tell my DJs all the time, they had the Core DJ this on their name and Core DJ. I be like, you a man first, you're a woman, take that shit off. You ain't gotta have that. If you wanna ride with that, that's cool. I love it, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I want you to be, I am DJ, whoever you are, and we work together. You know, it's not about the crew or the organization, it's about you first, and then what we can do for each other. And that's what it's about for me. That's how it always been.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even now we got like 500 something DJs in the core here. I ain't talking about overseas and different shit like that. So it's like, that's what it's been a big networking thing for us, man. That's all that's all I wanted.
No, for
you know, to have something where we could do a one-stop shop, our own conferences, our own models, our own clothing, like just, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, even with real estate, we had artists at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what it was about for me.
Yeah, yeah, really like bringing DJs together, making them feel more appreciated.
Yeah, man, like the whole industry, like we are the only ones that gave label reps plaques. You can go in big label execs, artists, and you see a Core DJ's plaque hanging on the wall. I'm talking about real ones, we making them. And not them bowling trophies and shit, no disrespect.
Right.
But yeah, but you know, we have actual plaque. You go in, plenty of people now. We was giving awards to them too. We wanted to make everybody feel appreciated, man.
For sure.
Legends, you know, legends that people forgot. One time we came to Atlanta and we did our 10-year anniversary. We was giving them to people where hip hop started, like whether they had a automotive garage, and people used to go in there and rap on the corner. We had about 70, 80 awards. Yeah. We gave away that year. We had people on stage crying that had never got nothing before. So it's just a blessing to be able to do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Can you remember some of the early records that the Core DJs and even yourself like got behind, championed? And
yeah, man. Akon's first record. Akon, the Belly Dancer record. That was really one of the ones that started. But we was just new, so we didn't. But that was the one that was getting played a lot by us. Then Khan's career, you know. The Throw Some D's was our record, and they took it back. We didn't know the business, man, but that was our record.
Wow.
The Core DJs record. Ain't I? Early on, I'm talking about early on. Swag Surfing. You know, shout out to City, Swag Surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, man, it's a lot. Low. That was a personal one, me, Low, with Flow Rider.
Wow.
You know, that was personal. Cupid Shuffle, I rearranged the whole record and had introduced the nation to Cupid, you know what I'm saying? Took old records off VIC, did the wobble, like, you know, this is verifiable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we did a lot of them, man. It's a lot. If you go back and look at our YouTube, man, Mike Jones, introduced him to the industry. It's a lot, man, over these years.
No, that's what's up, man. Like, how does that feel to be able to first create this collective of DJs, and then secondly, be able to have such an impact on these artists and these labels and things like that from this organization that you put together?
Man, I just wanted to see everybody win. It was nothing for me. I had some crazy times where I thought that deservingly people should have done certain things for us or for me that didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I'm still here, man. A lot of them people are not here no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just a blessing to see. And at that time, YouTube just had started. So we were, for us, it's documented. You can see it.
Right.
You can see these artists. You can see what happened. When I say it, you can just go look it up. You know what I'm saying? We got Blackstreet and Guy back together, like here, you know what I'm saying? Where we dreamed that turned into Mansion, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff happened with us, with the Core. Pulled Dave Hollister back out from church and made him get back singing. Like, it was, all that shit is documented, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing with the 50 Cent and Meek Mill thing on the stage, that was at our retreat. You know, that was here.
Yeah.
That's where Dreams and Nightmares came out, on that stage right there in front of us, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, you know, everything.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, he played that on his phone. He was pulling up music on his phone, and that's when he played Dreams and Nightmares for the first time right there. So Ross, his career, when we started playing it in Houston, Khaled was doing this thing in Miami, but we broke out in Houston at the retreat. Yeah. Shout out to Ross, man. I'm proud of him too. You know, just Gotti. Like, I could just go through a bunch of people that excelled from being around the Core and then going out turning into not just great artists, but businessmen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Word. Now, for a long time, Milwaukee was having a hard time getting on the map, you know, with rap. And so I know you supported several artists from the Mill,
man,
you
say
know,
that again.
through the years.
Say that again.
I know that you supported several artists.
I want out there because you let them tell it I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But
come on.
There's no way. There's no way, man. Like, I have, and I rely on people now because I'm not there. But I'm not there as much. So I rely on my DJs there to tell me about the newer artists. But that shit don't happen like it should.
Right.
I'm not telling on nobody, but it's real. And it'll come back on me like I'm not doing nothing, but well, really I'm not there, so I don't know.
So let me ask you this. Were you, so, you know, during the times of our city, you know, still trying to find a voice, trying to find an identity, were you feeling a lot of pressure to put somebody on?
That's why I didn't, that's one of the reasons why I didn't tell everybody about the Core first. Because I knew that was going to be the first thing that happened. I started the Core, the idea with the Core 2004, we started the Core 2005, and nobody really found out it was me until the November of 2006 when that whole thing happened with Young Buck and Game and fight with the DJ here and shit like that. That shit, that's when they found out about me with the Core, really in 06. And that's when the pressure happened, like, you know what I'm saying? But being from the crib, like, I didn't understand the business either. Like, I understood what I was doing, but I didn't understand the music business. I had music passion. It's the difference. I had music passion, but I didn't understand the music business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And so with the passion becomes anger. Passion brings misunderstandings. Passion brings hate. So when you have passion and somebody derails you or disappoints you, man, That's a bad thing to have. It's just passion and don't know the business. When you know the business, then you don't take shit so personally.
Yeah.
And you understand what needs to happen for certain things to happen. So at the time, you got passionate artists, and you got me, music passion. I'm passionate about my DJs. I'm passionate about what I'm doing out here. I'm passionate what happens to an artist that I'm close to personally. But I don't understand the music business, you know, and I got into a lot of situations in the industry where it just was because I didn't understand the business.
Yeah.
And everything was all passion driven with me. You know what I'm saying? I was intellectually smart, especially on the streets and shit like that.
Right.
Going to school, like I took human services when I was young. I didn't finish. I went to FAM, fucking with Luke. I ain't finished. but you know, passion, your passion can be misdirected sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because I find, you know, I never thought of it like that. But when you break it down like that, you know, I think of different situations where I come across, you know, new people trying to get in the industry, folks, you know, folks that got a bag and want it. And you're right, like sometimes that passion can be almost like misinterpreted.
Man, passionate,
you know
man.
I mean? And then sometimes you can have too much passion and not enough like reason, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then,
nah, man, you got to balance that business out. You should be passionate about everything that you do. Like when these artists had these new records that come out. I know you wanted to touch on that, but I'm gonna say it now. But when these artists had these records and they put them out a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they just come up off of them and they give up on them. I don't like that. Like, never give up on your music, man. Never give up on your records just because it's old to you, because you sit around the house and play it over, and your passion is saying, damn, why my shit ain't popping? Why this, and why ain't nobody paying attention to me? And why the DJ down at the club down there not playing my music, da-da-da, and you just put that shit away.
Right.
You gave up on it. Don't give up on your music. So if you feel that shit in your heart that that's your hit, man, don't give up on it. Just find a way to push it. Go out of town, get some marketing tools, do some internet stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, do something. I know this is my hit. I'm not gonna give up on it. Man, you can put out other records, but don't give up on that. If you passionate, if that's the one that you feel like, man, don't give up on your music, man.
Yeah.
You might be ahead of your time with the record. You know what I'm saying? You never know, but I advise people all the time, you know, don't give up on your music, and the same passion that you put into your music, put that in finding somebody that's gonna support you, find an investor. Put that same passion into finding somebody that's gonna invest in your career too, and not try to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got some of these label owners that really want to be rappers.
Right.
They fuck your shit up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't get with that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just had a situation with my cousin, man, and the cat was all in controlling his Instagram, sending chicks messages trying to meet him through his Instagram. Like, nigga want to be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't find somebody that just wants to see you succeed and y'all get some money together. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
people
it.
People that want to play their role, respect their role, and respect your role.
Yeah, that's
y'all
right.
can build together. Yeah. Nah, absolutely. So now, why, man? A question I've always wanted to ask you, man. Like, man, why didn't Baby Drew blow up, man?
Why didn't he?
Yeah.
To us, Baby Drew, still legendary.
That's what I'm saying. Baby Drew in the Mill is held to such a high regard, and you know he was one of those people that we.
Drew is the underground king.
Yeah, for sure.
Of the crib of hip hop in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Hip hop royalty underground. But streets, man. When you're more passionate about the streets than passionate about the business, you know what I'm saying? Streets will take you over, man. If you get with the wrong people that's in the streets just because they got a bag, but they don't know the business.
Yeah.
That's us though, man.
Yeah.
I was like that. That's us. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was a victim of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he was more of a victim of bad situations. He had a good one, the Disco Lady. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, Disco Lady was classic.
But then they made him change it. I didn't understand it made him change it. From what we knew to the one that came out.
Right, with the different.
So
beat.
you know that's just those kind of things, and it disappoints you when people take away from your creativity. No, that's not gonna work. They work in Milwaukee, but we're gonna do this over here.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it's supposed to go.
Disco
You know what I'm saying?
lady, shake that money.
Yeah,
make
you
that.
know what I'm saying? Original, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we knew the original, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you know, it's a lot of times we want to be on and we'll just accept it. And it's not good for us, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Nah, but Milwaukee has had has been getting a lot of dope attention, you know what I'm saying? Like with
Yeah.
artists like Lakia.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what
shout out to
I'm saying?
Kia.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jacob now. Shout out to Party. Shout out to what's my little certified trapper?
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him. Like it's everybody got their own sound too, which is dope.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
everybody's doing their own thing, man. And shout out to the crib, man, for
Yeah. Steve
finally
Stoner, all them.
learning the business
Yep.
too. Cause the crib has always been hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But-
for sure.
We just didn't have the business savvy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The closest like we had, what was Baby Drew's label? What was they had? The label they had?
I remember the Country Boy Click, but I don't remember the.
I forgot they label. And you had Reality with Reality Records.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we was trying.
Yeah.
We was trying to get it right, but you know, we looked like business, a lot of us, but we just, you know, some of us was more inclined in the streets.
Yeah.
And we had to get out and get it to even make this function. And we just didn't know the business. So we thought putting this bag behind it would make it happen. Like the latest, like Blackout, my brother Black.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Blackout ENT, they killing it.
We had to learn the business. Shout out to Looney, you know,
Yeah.
Free Looney. Shout out to 54 Baby.
54 Baby Trey, yeah.
Shout out, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Yeah.
It's a gang of them, man.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a gang of artists, man. That
Lil Frank, Chicken P.
man, it's a lot of them, bro.
Yeah.
So
And you know, I think too, you know, now with the internet and now with like the music industry being a lot more self-sufficient, is giving Milwaukee artists that opportunity to be able to use some of that game, some of the savvy, some of the, you know, that they got to be able to use that and
That's a
apply
fact.
that into, all right, like we could shoot our own videos, put it on YouTube. Cause you know, I feel like, you know, in the days of needing to send your demo to the label or needing to go and have meetings and all that, it was just, that was the most difficult part of us in the mill getting over the hump. But now that you can do it yourself.
You got access. You can do yourself. You can do all your stuff yourself now.
And now, like it's like a whole slew of artists that's starting to blow up on TikTok from the mill.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Like that's been
But
real
still,
big.
guess
So,
what though? If they don't learn the business, you can sit and make TikTok videos, blow them up from TikTok. Niggas is playing rough records from TikTok, like not even getting a mix to none of that.
Yeah.
And they playing them just as is, but if you don't know that business, man, that TikTok shit happens far few in between.
Yeah, no, it does.
You're gonna go viral and get hot on that bitch, just like its name, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. Your shit is just like that.
Yeah.
And so you enjoy that wave, and if you don't turn that wave into some business, man.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like kind of get lost in the shuffle. You know, like they go viral, but then they don't have the right people in place to help them handle the business, and then they just get lost. You know what I'm saying? So, also within the mill, like I know that you co-own WNOV, right?
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah.
Not
okay.
no more.
Okay.
Not no more. But that, I seen that was old, but not no more. But that was an interesting time. It was a blessing to even have something and be involved with something that has such a legacy in Milwaukee, to be a co-owner. I never thought of that.
Right.
You know, said I'm gonna own a radio station. It's like shit. I never think I was gonna own a club either. Until we got the City Club.
Yeah.
To my cousins, Mark and E. We got the City Club, then we got Onyx, then we got Taboo. So I never thought I'd be involved in none of that, to have none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was, I'm trying to tell you, my life has been led by coincidence and faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew a lot of stuff that was I could speak it into existence. And man, shit, nigga, I never know I was gonna get married again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's you know, my life has been, you know, me, you know what the best part about this whole thing, the journey for me, man, now, and I'm just being able to talk about different stuff and seeing my kids again and getting right with my kids.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? That was the best thing for me, man, out of this whole, because I know they had to live with a bunch of this for me to be where I'm at. And just to see them and be all with them at one time, you know, that was a good time for me, man. Like, so
That's what's up.
That's
one of the most like fulfilling things from this is to be able to see the fruits from the labor and
but I'm telling you, like it was rough, man.
To...
Like we weren't raised, like my family wasn't raised, like I wasn't raised around my mother and father. So everything for me was like, had to learn how to be a father.
Absolutely.
And when I started doing this music shit, I just know that a lot of that time that I could have been doing the things that I was doing, but me being from Milwaukee, I just wanted to stay on it, keep grinding, and make them believe in me and make them understand this. I can do this. That a lot of that time that I could have been with my kids, man, I lost it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And so
Tony, what do you do? You mentioned earlier that you've taken a lot of losses, or you've experienced a lot of losses with people, and just the things that you've endured, like coming up, the way that you have. Like, what has kept you motivated?
Me.
To
nigga, I'm from the streets, dog. Ain't nothing. I just see niggas. My uncle, I just see niggas get shot and dragged up on the porch with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing worse than that.
Yeah.
So I can endure. If I endured that, I can endure this industry. I felt it would. Some people would disappoint me. Like I didn't start filling out contracts and none of that shit till I started fucking with the Core. Like that, I would handshake, and that we would do what we say we're gonna do. That's where I'm from. It wasn't like that when I started fucking with this industry shit. It wasn't like that, bro. Like it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was times where it could have flipped me back into doing shit that I was trying to avoid doing. And so I would take my anger and turn it into something. I would, okay, all right, y'all don't want to let me do this, I do my own conference. Oh, okay, you don't want to let me DJ on the Tom Joyner cruise, I make my own cruise. Yeah. I would take anything that I felt slighted, I wouldn't get mad, I wouldn't talk about it online, go online and blast somebody. Nah, I just do it myself. It was just, God would just provide something for me, or an idea for me, where I could do it myself. And it's always been like that. Yeah,
like just being self-sufficient,
man,
being a self-starter.
Meditate, take breaths, man. I would just sit and just, why did they do that? And just, I just, damn, I thought this was my people, And I was like, damn. And I would just think, and shit would come to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. And I would jump out and execute it right away. And a lot of people, even still today, I done came with a whole bunch of new shit that you always got to stay, like, Jay, you always got to stay in the know.
Yeah, got to stay up to par.
One thing I want to touch on. I didn't hate on the youth. That's why I learned from the youth. I learned hearing young music.
You embraced it, didn't
DJs,
question
man. Some of these DJs corny as shit. They be hating on the young niggas, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I never was that cat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Like, I've never seen no shit like 6ix9ine. I never seen no shit like that. I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Yeah.
Like where we from, again, the no snitching thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big thing. But he not where we from.
Right.
But also, if you hang with them, with the people like where we from, and everybody else get caught up, you should too. That's where we from.
Right.
It's different lives I grew up now, it's different lives for everybody. Yeah. And so, I never seen the audience of people, the following that this boy got, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's retarded.
Me and him had a little, about that? Me and him had a little
discussion.
Yeah.
You either back and forth,
but
you was talking about the Billboard numbers.
Man, it was just a conversation we had. And bro, I'm gonna tell you, I never seen the shit that I got onslaughted. Nigga, I was the whole day 2-3 days just blocking niggas.
Yeah.
Trying to get these little niggas off by like they was on me like gnats, dog. But respectfully, that I never seen no shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
When he got that Billboard #1 with Nicki Minaj,
he came back
man,
on my ass, boy.
Crazy.
He's like, yeah, I thought you said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I took that in stride, nigga, because you know, right after that shit, my page got verified. So that was wild, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was. That's how I knew my first experience of just understanding the way other people move, man. Like, you could be right and wrong at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could be right about a situation, but you could be wrong because you ain't the person that should deliver the message. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? But,
nah, you was all over the blogs with that one.
Man, that shit was wild, man. I never, you know, I told you I don't be on that shit like trying to be on all of this here. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, you my guy, so it's like you from the crib. Like, I said okay, you know what I'm saying? But I never saw that kind of shit. I'm in the back, you know. I never saw this part and that part. And getting pieces of your shit getting chopped out and put it here and put it here.
Yeah.
And Tony Neal said this and da-da-da. It's like, man.
Like, see, that's why I don't talk no way.
That's me. See, that's why I don't be saying that.
Right,
you know? But
right.
Man. Yeah.
So you've been having a couple of viral moments. There was another one where folks been taking a clip where so you do a lot of like reaction videos. You know, you find funny clips like on TikTok or wherever, and then you post these duets and these different reaction videos. So there's this one where you like do this laugh. I mean, you do the laugh anyway, but there's this one in particular, and so then people started taking that and putting it behind funny videos, and now you mean like the Jordan face.
Well, I was sitting in the car, man. And somebody did something and I fell or some shit and I was just looking. I was on live. And I looked over there and I just said, and I just put my hand up and I had the camera still rolling.
Yeah.
So another video was this little boy in church trying to get up. He's playing R. Kelly and he leaned over and I chopped that off and put that part on there, and that's really kind of where that shit started at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just my reaction, like, you want to laugh, but you know you shouldn't be laughing at that shit, but you still gonna chuckle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all that shit meant. That's all it meant, but I didn't know. I was in the store one day, how I knew it went viral, because I was in the store and a young boy walked up to me and asked me, do you know you look like somebody? Me and the wife was together. And I was like, nah, who you talking about? I know this cat was young as shit. Where you know me from? He said, man, you look like this one meme where when something go wrong, he go, I said, oh shit, my wife said, that's him. So I knew then, I said, damn, I ain't never been no meme, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy.
Man, you Insta famous, TikTok famous. You know
that shit wild, man.
Yeah, no, that's crazy,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yo, tapping back into Milwaukee artists, I wanted to ask you about Ray Rizzy's song, Bow. You know, because I know that you were, you know, behind that. Well, not behind. I know that you were very supportive.
No, in actuality, that was an idea because Rizzy was a great rapper. He put out a lot of lyrical records and stuff. So one day we was at this club on the south side. I forgot the name of this damn club. And he was out there, him, Infotech. Shout out to Infotech.
Okay.
He was out there.
Was it like Texture or something like that?
Nah. It was remember the Iranian cat that owned it. It was like you go up, it was small, like, and it was upstairs to it too.
Okay, word, yeah.
It was over there by that way, by that area though, but he owned a furniture store or something like that.
Okay.
So nevertheless,
I know what you're
I was
talking about,
DJing in there when I was home from Miami one time, and I called him up to the booth. I said, man, I need to hear some records for some women. Nigga, you got all these damn rap records. I can't do shit with this. I said, do me a favor, call my cousin Real and get a track from him. I'm gonna see how good you are. It was a Tuesday night, so I need this shit back by Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'll play your shit. If you don't give me nothing, I ain't playing your shit no more. It was that shit.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, watch. Nigga came back and he gave it to me, and it was in their little circle, info and them all was together, and I dropped this, bow. I said, shit, this shit hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And that shit caught from right there at the club, man. And so they went and started promoting their own club. Info was the DJ at this other spot over on the south side, and that shit was But that's how it happened.
Yeah, nah, and what made me think about that was when I was thinking about TikTok and Milwaukee artists making huge resurgence or whatever on TikTok. It made me think of that song because I remember that had like a big impact on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
recently.
yeah.
So
that record was
shout,
crazy.
So shout out to
and
Ray
they
Rizzy.
still play it across the country.
Yep.
That's what I mean by us getting outside our own. It's called getting out our own way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could be in your own way.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to impress all the naysayers, and then when they finally get impressed, you stay there. Mm-hmm. It's a such thing. You don't beat them over the head with the now. See, I'm successful. I thought you said I wasn't never gonna do this. No, just get the fuck out the way and go and promote it somewhere else. Conquer another area. Mm-hmm. You got the record moving there. Make the people miss you. Leave.
Yeah.
And go break it somewhere else. Take your same people, but see, people don't do like we used to do, man. We used to jump in the car, had 6, 7 niggas in the car, man.
Right.
One room, we didn't have we didn't have no money, so we made it work.
Yeah.
We had to buy chips and shit to eat, nigga. We was on them.
Posters, flyers, everything.
Bro, we was in the motherfucking grind, nigga.
Hey, spindle of CDs.
Niggas eat honey buns and shit like food, nigga.
Absolutely.
We was grinding, nigga. Like, they don't do that shit no more. They don't want to struggle.
Yeah.
Not having enough followers is struggling to them.
Right.
It's crazy, man. Wow. So he came. He was
followers is currency. So it's crazy. Like followers is currency now. Like that's a value. People,
that's right. That's right. So but it ain't the same, man. Right. The value of the hustle ain't the same. Mm-hmm. But he made that fucking record, man. Yeah. That shit took off everywhere, and he started going around Jackson, Mississippi, Wilmington. They still play that. That's like one of their big records that they play now. Yeah. Yeah,
nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you've been a nationally syndicated DJ on the radio for over 20 plus years, and I know like you've been on Ricky Smiley's show for over a year now.
Yeah.
What's that like? DJing and having your voice and your impact like on all these stations all across the country.
I started on this platform called Super Radio back in the day, where they syndicate mixes to people. You know what I'm saying? And me, again, know how I am. I should do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my relationships being in the core. Mm-hmm. A lot of my DJs was getting older, and they started being program directors and music directors, assistant program directors, so they were in charge of that part of the game. Mm-hmm. Me, I would be like, how much time you got over on your station? You got 2 hours to give me the mix. I got a name, so it's like I felt like having my name on your station will help your station. I got a national name. You got airtime for me to use. That's how I started doing it. And I started calling people and getting my own stations. Well, one of my boys was a APD, and then he was a PD in Miami. Mm-hmm. So he left Miami, went to Raleigh, and he had Hot in Raleigh and Foxy, this R&B station, Foxy. Well, he wanted me to mix on Foxy. Mm-hmm. So I started sending my old school mixes to him, our old school R&B mix. Well, he left there and came over as a programmer for Ricky Smiley. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to add more DJs, and he asked me to do mixes for Ricky. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got there. It's really because it was a relationship situation. So shout out to Derek Baker, but that's how I got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's what's up.
Yeah, so but that was added on. But I had already had my own select. I had this like Shade 45. We've been on there 16 years. Mm-hmm. I already had my own radio stations. I was mixing on my station in Milwaukee. Now I'm on Dash, Dash Radio, and we got 2 shows on Dash. And so it's like the syndication part that's the best part of the game, man.
Yeah.
You heard, you can promote, you're in different areas. People check your mixes just because you say you're in different, you got this whole list of stations that you mix on, and it's like, I love that syndication shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So recently, Jeffrey Dahmer name, been heavy online everywhere with, the documentary coming out. And what was it, a documentary and the TV series?
Yeah, both, right?
Yeah, you know, so everybody been talking about about Dahmer, about Milwaukee, all of that. But I know that you had like some encounters with Dahmer back in the day.
I knew him.
You actually knew him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
can you kind of speak on that?
Well, in Milwaukee, we had on this one block, it's called the Hill. You know, you from the crib, so 24th and Kilbourne is the Hill. Yeah. Reason why we call it the Hill, because if you come from south by the lake, coming from Marquette, it goes up the hill. Go past the hospital, Mount Sinai and all that. You come up the hill. From State Street, from the steak shop and all that, it comes from the hill. From this way, from Eagles Club, Ballroom and all that, it goes up the hill, right to this one point. 27th Street, if you're coming from down 27, it all meets on this hill, and it's the hill. And that's where we used to do all our shit at. I had our spots, you know what I'm saying? Me and my guys had spots over there. Yeah. And so, like I told you, I was the relationship maker. Like I was a dude that would point to where the shit was at, but not handling it so much. Right. I handled it, but not so much, you know what I'm saying? Well, I started seeing this white boy coming around the crib. Now, I had been over there about a year. And I was like, you know, he didn't look like he was on drugs. He didn't look like he was a student because he's too old to be at Marquette. And he would always walk past the crib. And then one time I seen him, he had like the chocolate and ambrosia shirt on. And I stopped him. Because he used to be, hey, wave, hey, and I just go. Because I didn't know the nigga was the police. Yeah. So I was just, you know. So one day he had the shirt on. I seen him. He was at work. I said, so, yo, hey, white boy, come here. I called him over by me. I went down the stairs. I said, man, what you doing over here, man? He said, oh, man, he just went crazy. He would stutter. He would like, when he was nervous, he would say shit twice. Man, I just got my apartment around there, my apartment. He would say that like that. And he told me about his grandmother moving to his grandmother's crib. It was like this nigga just started talking. Like I moved from my grandmother's house, and my father paid for my rent over here for a year in the Oxford and like this. And I'm like, so, nigga, I'm looking at you. I'm thinking you the police, my nigga. Like I'm talking to him like that. No, man. I'm just working and just going back and forth. I said, all right, cool. Then I actually see him, same route. What's up, my nigga? What's up, Jeff? Yo, white boy, what's happening? Then I would call him. Hey, Tony, how you doing, man? Yeah. Like that, right? Well, I stopped seeing him. I think he got fired. So I ain't see him no more. You know, that's always our post right there. So one day I was going down the street to the store walking, and I seen him going in his pockets. I seen the crackheads had the nigga pent up going in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo. I said, man, y'all can get us hot around this nigga, man. Get the fuck from around that white boy, man. Yeah. I said, Jeff, go in the house, dog. That's the first time I seen him, right? Then I had these child support papers. I had to get a job. So my boy Willie Brooks had a security company. So we already had a spot behind my spot. My boy had one spot down the street. So we got the security company. We just took the little job just to have it. But guess what building they put us in? They put us in the Oxford. Security. Yeah. Wow. So now we're in the building. But me and my guys, we like, nigga, you think this bitch look abandoned, you think they gonna give us some spots in this motherfucker. So we all on the wrong shit. Yeah. We supposed to be working security, nigga. So Jeff's apartment was 213, and we went upstairs. We had 301 and 302 right by each other. So we can go down the steps if something take place. The only place you can go down the steel steps or run out the front door. So nevertheless, that's what we was on. Man, that smell started happening. So the African manager used to always be like, and I'm telling a short story. The African manager would just tell us like it was bad sewage. He didn't even know. Yeah. But Jeff's apartment was right by the back door. So he could see how he got them barrels and all that shit in, because nobody didn't even see it. Right, yeah. It got so bad that people started moving out. The receptionist chick, she left. So now this damn place is damn near abandoned. You feel me? Yeah. But a couple of people because when you go in, that's the second floor. And you go down the stairs to get to the first floor, or you go up the stairs to get where we had our spot. And we supposed to be making rounds. You know what I'm saying? But wasn't nobody in that motherfucker. Yeah. And my house was right in the back of the spot. So I leave there and go through the alley. Sometimes I wouldn't stay at work, I just go over there. Yeah. Well, I would see this cat, man. And in the docu-series, they was talking about how he got kicked out, the clubs and shit like that. One day I seen him, I was going to the sandwich shop, and he was just standing out on the corner. I said, dog, why you standing out here? He said, man, I lost my job, that I'm trying to find another job, just upset, man. I just kind of cleared my head. I said, well, nigga, take some of these packs, nigga. So I put the packs in his hand, fucking with him. He's like, oh, no, man, like that, right? I said, well, shit, you be having some niggas come around there buying this shit. You might as well get out here. I'm fucking with him. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, here, white boy, take some of this shit going out here on this corner. And since you out here, I'm talking shit to him. None of us never knew. We would see the people come visit him. He didn't, except for that little boy situation, man, that was fucked up. But he wouldn't, they came to him. He didn't kidnap him, no shit. They come to dude. But the real reason he was getting kicked out of the clubs because he was over there practicing that shit. He was putting drugs in people's clubs, shit at the spot. And they found out he was doing it. Yeah. So he was really out on that corner frustrated he couldn't go to the club no more. You understand me? And so, nigga, a week later, maybe it wasn't even a whole week, I was on the payphone. We had payphones, this shit still in the middle of the block. And man, I seen so many fucking helicopters and news trucks and shit coming flying down the street. They didn't bring him out till at night. But man, they had that shit set up out there. They had it set up so quick, I got off the phone. I was on the phone with my ex. She argued with me and shit. I hung up the phone. The phone was swinging. I went down the street and they wouldn't even let us pass, man. The middle of the block, they had it roped off all the way down. Down to 27th Street. You couldn't come up, you couldn't come off state. Yeah. It was crazy, man. Wow. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on until that night when they started bringing them barrels out. Because we was all outside. We knew that we can go through the back and go look, and that shit was full of people too. Made all them people look, but we were still standing there watching and bringing them barrels out. Yeah. I said, what the fuck? And then they brought this nigga out in handcuffs. I said, yo, what the fuck did this nigga do? That's how we found out, man, and he was right there with us the whole time. Wow. We was just mad that we didn't get the nigga first. Right. Nah, for real. Like we was really fucked up behind that. You know what I'm saying? The city was fucked up because at that time, the city, we was ignorant, man. We didn't know but gay, AIDS. You remember that was like 4 years after we found out, maybe 4.5 years after we found out about Magic Johnson. Right. So we was anything that happened, I'm sorry, 4 years that it happened, AIDS, epidemic, we just started finding out about that, us. The Magic Johnson happened, that was in June, that shit happened, Magic Johnson happened in November. After that. So that's when we started really reaching into, damn, is the difference between HIV, AIDS, what's the difference? How do people, get this, how is it transmitted? We didn't care about that until Magic Johnson happened. Black people, we like, you gay, you AIDS, you got AIDS. It was ignorant, man. And so around there, the police was so fucked up because we had a Spanish police chief at the time, Areola, and they didn't want to listen to him. So it was just wild, dog. It was like the fucking purge around that block for a minute, bro. We was around there doing our thing. The dope fiends was going all around, and we didn't know that he definitely didn't look like nobody on drugs, but he was buying drugs to go out, hang out with them. It was just crazy, man. It was wild, dog. You didn't want to touch the gay people, that they didn't want to arrest them because they thought everybody had AIDS. It was a mess, man. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That whole area was a mess, dog. So.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I got an uncle that worked with him back then at the
Ambrosia?
The ice cream factory.
No, chocolate factory. Ambrosia. You know that's where Pfizer Forum is at now. Yeah. So. They tore that shit down and built the Pfizer Forum.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. They left it empty for a long time, and they. Yeah.
That whole area over there is crazy what they did. They basically built its own city. That Pfizer forum. Yeah. That's like its own city.
You would never know that shit was there.
Yeah, no. I remember when that was like a big field for a long time. You could see from basically from Hillside, you could damn near see MATC.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was a hell of a time. Bro.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. So tapping back into the music, you managing some artists now.
Oh yeah. I've been doing the management stuff off and on. I just dived back into more of the A&R side, being on the creative side, doing the radio stuff, campaigns for them and all that stuff. Now I got a little deeper into it than I was. I was just management, making sure they got straight. A couple of people that I used to manage,
Word, yeah.
But
you got two. I know you got two artists right now that you managing like that.
Well,
that
actually,
got some
in actuality, I'm the A&R, the head A&R at Convict now.
Okay.
So Akon, doing Akon's records, and shout out to Akon, shout out to Javor's son, shout out to Amir, and the groups that's coming out, the people that we got coming out. Neptune's the producer. Necktunes, let me say it right. And then, but on my side, I got my cousin Party. Party at 4, doing this thing.
Oh yeah.
Doing this motherfucking thing.
He been on the Porch before.
Crazy, man. Yeah, he been up here. I see his name over there. So he been here. So he's doing the stuff on Billboard now. And he crazy producer, dope writer, dope singer, got the look, making clothes, fashion. He got a whole package.
Yeah.
And then I got Spiffy, Spiffy got the biggest record online right now. At Throw It, and so I got him.
Yeah, it's going crazy on TikTok right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. TikTok
Reels, TikTok, wherever you want to put it, online, it's gone, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, so shout out to Spiffy. It was so crazy how I met him. Spiffy's the only one, you know what made me interested in Spiffy? Spiffy's the only artist that ever hit me and said, I don't got nothing for you right now. Inbox me, but when I do, I want to be ready. So I just wanted to put my name in your mouth, so you can see it. And I was like, oh, that's impressive. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And he hit me back a year and a half later. He had one record. That shit was doing great, but when he hit me that Throw It, man, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I seen the variety of people, from babies to people 70 years old, to families, to mothers and kids, to white people, to drill teams, and kids. I never seen a group of people attack a record like that.
Yeah,
different people from different genres, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it being like across the board.
Man, crazy. I never seen that before. So I got him. And I shout out to Hitmakers, got him over there with my boy Dorian. Just trying to, again, here I am back again, trying to make people win, see people be winning, man. And just using the resources I acquired over the years, and now that I know more about the business, this time is different.
Yeah.
I don't waste no time with people that's not ready to be wasted on. You know what I'm saying? And it's different. It's real different now. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
So what are some things that's coming up for you that you excited about, that you working on, or that you got more?
Just working on these artists, man. I got my and BG. Working with BG when he gets home, man.
Okay,
So,
word, man.
So,
hey, we need BG on the Porch as soon as he gets home.
Don't worry about it, because that's one of the routes you got to take.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
But when he gets home, shout out to my girl Tracy, my manager, and man, like, I'm okay. Let me see how I can put it. I'm more in the cut again.
I can.
I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. I happy life, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of got back to where I wanted to be when I first started the Core. Just chill and sit back and watch people succeed without having so much anger about shit not going the way I wanted to go, or over passionate and not expecting. You gotta expect anything with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think you got somebody in your corner, man, and it just be wild, but like, nigga flip the script on you so quick, man. It's just
right.
But you gotta understand that this is where we in.
Yeah.
And take it on the chin and keep it moving. If you ain't lost a lot from them, keep it moving, man. And that's where I'm at with it. So more of my A&R, I'm starting this radio promotion company myself. I got my headphone company, my Culture headphones, and earbuds, headphones, more electronic stuff like that, man. I'm just trying to vibe, just chill. You know what I'm saying? I just want to chill now. At this point in the game,
nah, that's what's up. I
done done so much with other people for other people. Now it's time to me do some things that's gonna equate to doing stuff for myself.
Yeah, no, that's what's up,
You know what I'm
man. And I'm glad that you said that, because I was gonna ask you earlier, like, what do you do for your mental health? Like, what are some things that you do to help you to cope with some of the things that you've been through, and even to just keep you motivated and able to, move forward now just through enduring so many things?
Man, you know what? Just go back and think about the shit I've been through, and thank God for me being still here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Have you ever done therapy?
Nah, I'm on my own therapy, bro.
I can dig it.
Nah, for real, like I really take my experiences that I've been through and put them back into succeed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I created this thing, even when I got divorced, I created this thing called the Slow Jam Mixtape. And that shit kind of made me realize the importance of people, like the millions of people that was watching me do this shit. And I'm playing 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B and slow jams and shit, man. And it was just those different people and seeing that this music that was getting them through so much shit, man, made me realize, damn, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people going through shit that I could be helping through this music outside of this industry shit. And it made me do the industry shit better.
Yeah.
It actually made me chill more doing the industry shit.
Okay. Word.
So I do this show every Monday night, you know what I'm saying? I do it on TikTok now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I do it every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, man, and it's just a vibe, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do it myself, not let alone get the people watch it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it myself, you know, and it just like, I don't smoke, you know, but it's just like, I don't know how a nigga feel when they smoke, but that's how I feel.
Yeah,
that
euphoria,
for real,
that,
you know what I'm saying?
that,
and just watching, being able to help people, man, it's just and they appreciate it, man. And then it made me take more of the appreciation that I got from that to putting it back and wait a minute, like I might have did that wrong.
Yeah.
I might have rubbed a couple people the wrong way. I was actually calling niggas in the industry that I thought I was beefing with and apologizing to them, man. I don't even know if I did nothing to them. I was actually calling you, say, dog, I want to call you and apologize if I ever rubbed you the wrong way, man. I want to apologize to you, man. Yeah. It was fucking them up. They're like,
I mean, that's
what's wrong with you?
That's growth right there,
but
man. That's maturity.
I was actually that show and watching those people sick and having cancer and just on their last days, just couldn't wait to get to the phone on Monday nights and watch me do this show. Yeah. Like I was getting inboxes, they was talking to me. You make me feel better. My chemo was today. You know, they passed. You know, it was different, man. I never had that feeling. Yeah,
and see, that's dope, man. To be able to have things that give you like those feelings of fulfillment and and help you to put you in a positive space.
And then it made me go back and think about the shit that I might have did wrong, or the shit the way I was acting with that passion. And the way I was acting, maybe I should have did this way. Maybe I should have had this conversation with people this way. Yeah. You know, maybe it's something that I should have did different.
No, for sure.
And it made me, you know.
And I ask you that because I feel like sharing this type of information, sharing this type of game is stuff that the up and coming rapper, the up and coming DJ, the up and coming exec, you know what I'm saying? The up and coming PR, like, people need to hear this and get an understanding of like what people who have made it on the other side.
I mean, I always tell people, I'm gonna tell you another thing I always tell people, if you in this shit, you're supposed to be in it. People don't understand when I say that. But if you're in this entertainment business, it's because you're supposed to be. You might not be in the field that you're supposed to be in right now, but you're supposed to be in this shit.
For sure.
So don't get discouraged. If you're a rapper, you might not be a rapper. You might be the label owner.
Right.
If you're a label owner, you might not want to be the label owner. You might fuck around and be the artist.
Right.
Or the artist turn into A&R or start doing so. It's like, but if you have an effort and this shit is what you're interested in, there's so many different avenues. Don't give up. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
You know, legal, music lawyer. Right. I used to be a rapper. Now I'm in my law. You know, I'm in law, music law. Like, don't give up on it. Yeah. Your first passion is your last passion. So don't just change gears. Just switch up. Stay in it.
I remember I was tripping.
Look what you did. Yeah. You was at the source where you was interning and all this stuff, and then you just flipped the script. Now you got one of the biggest podcasts and shit like that on it. Yo, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? You change.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to evolve into from, you know, because I look at it through the years, and, you know, when I was writing for The Source, I never knew that I would be necessarily working at a record label or doing anything like that. Then going and working at, you know, different labels, doing marketing, you know, never thought that I'd have my own media company platform. And then...
hey, not sidebar. You know one of my favorite artists from the crib, too? Yeah. Guapo. Chapo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I ain't want to leave that out. That's one of my favorite ones. So, I ain't want to shout the Chapo, man. I ain't want to leave that on. I'm on accident. But that's one of my favorite ones.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I watch his grind, so I like Chapo too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, bro, been doing this thing.
Yeah, that's a sidebar. I had to come back and say that. But no, nevertheless, man, if you in this, bro, man, don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up, man, because you're supposed to be in it.
Absolutely.
You just got to find your lane.
Yeah, no,
That's
for sure. All right, so Tony, we're going to wrap this up, man, but I definitely wanted to ask you about an IG post that you had done where you were talking about, and this is a topic that I talk about all the time. So you were talking about becoming too personal with people that you're doing business with, and that clouding the business that you're doing and not making for an effective business relationship.
It does, man. You want to.
Yeah.
You want to be personal with them, but sometimes people take advantage of you being personal with them, man. I've had people told me they prayed for me to come in their life. 3 years later, fuck you telling me what to do for? You can't tell me what to do. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's like I was telling you about the passion, man. It's upsetting. You can't want somebody's career more than they want it for them, right? I'm not the artist, you the artist, but I want to see you successful. And so we might have some personal times. I might be in the same house with you, sleep. You know, you don't look at a person no more the way you perceive them in the beginning, because now you know personal shit about them. They know your family, they know your kids, they know shit that you've been through in your life. You know what I'm saying? And now they don't respect you as that professional that they met you as when you came in to, help them with their situation. It's not like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's rough trying to do business with somebody that you become personally attached to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you have, it's minimal. It's a few, but it's a lot that haven't survived that. No. And I'm gonna tell you something else. They probably have to come back around to each other when they realize the value that they have for each other. That's usually what happens. You know what I'm saying? They get with somebody else that's not personal with them. Yeah. And damn, man, my boy, you get back together, and you know them personally, but now they respect. Because if you quit, I hope you didn't quit because this person, you got to do your own thing, grow apart, you know what I'm saying, and come back together. Yeah. That works, you know what I'm saying? But usually don't work if you're already in the business already and somebody else not, and they help you, and you help them, they grow, and usually they go on to other people that's already in the business, that they wanted to reach that level. Don't get mad, just know you was a part of that success. And, I mean, maybe that's the way I think now, because I just told you about how I am now, but back then my passion was too strong. It wasn't a good thing, you know what I'm saying? So, but now it's like, all right. Not for real, I just be like, all right, cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Just keep it moving. Yeah, so man, I appreciate you having me here though.
No, I can dig it. No, for sure, man. You got any last words for your fans or for the viewers before?
I don't know, man. Just keep pushing, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. You keep pushing. Whatever you, don't get derailed by people that don't have anybody around you that don't want to learn the business with you. I learned that from being in the streets, man. A lot of people came around just to have a good time and would fuck up my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the people wouldn't mess with me because of the people I was around. So don't have anybody that's around you that's not interested in the business and the business of you winning, too. I think I said that early on, but it's true. Don't give up, man. Yeah. That's the worst thing. Don't give up, bro. I've been through so much shit, man. We'll be out here. We'll be in here another 2 hours, man. So I just don't give up, man. No matter what obstacles come in, just don't give up on what you believe in. That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's how it's supposed to feel. When you get on for real. Yeah. Call them my dogs. Now we don't go for real. Yeah. Run up a check.